Hi there, welcome back to Mark RC. Today, doing a little video on buying new or buying second hand. Is it worth buying second hand or is it worth buying new? In the instance of collecting, I'd say if you can get a new in box, that's the way forward. A lot of my cars are new in box ones or have been used once or twice or have been built by somebody and they're like display cars. They don't get used because of they're literally brand new. And then you get the other instance of some of the second hand cars, the vintage stuff. Obviously, you know, new in box kits of that are extremely expensive, and sometimes you can get a good deal on some of the auction sites. I've picked up this little Tamiya TT02B, the Neo Scorcher version. I think it looks pretty cool. £50 on eBay. Comes with a Utronics 2.4 GHz controller, so no interference issues. Someone's put road tyres on, which made me think it's not been off road like and jumped and stuff, just mainly used on a tarmac, maybe car park running. Hard to see, pictures were a bit grainy on the internet, but hard to see what electronics it's had, and somebody found it in a loft and didn't really know a lot about it, so they said. So let's crack the lid off, have a little look inside and see what we've got for our £50. And then I'll put a battery in and we'll see if it runs and works properly like it should do. Well, on inspection, the body shell looks to be in pretty good condition. It's not scratched in the normal places, which says to me it hasn't been upside down very much. So that was pretty good. Same with the rear wing, slight tear in the rear wing, but nothing major. All the suspension seems to be working okay. CVA shocks on this particular buggy, and somebody stuck in the aluminium hop-up drive shaft and the drive cups. Looking into the wheels, it's been fully ball raced. And then we've got, which was really hard to see in the picture, but somebody's put a censored speed control in. Let's have a look what motor we've got, because that's a brushless motor. Normally in this particular kit, if you buy a brand new one, they're about £110 just for the kit. You normally get a torque tuned Tamiya motor, like one of the low end motors, and digital speed control normally. That is pretty cool, being censored. I just couldn't see that in the pictures. And then inside there we have 13.5 turn SP racing brushless motor. They're probably going to be 60, 70 pound, maybe a bit more than that. And servo wise, can't believe that. That is a £65 digital metal geared Savoc servo, which obviously decals on the body that they've used. Should have given that away. That's pretty amazing. Those servos are really good, and I wouldn't expect a servo of that standard on an entry level Tamiya car. So I'll be whipping that out and putting it in one of the higher end cars. But absolutely amazed to think someone spent all that money. I'm assuming maybe then this car was bought from a model shop and somebody's bought the parts in the shop, because that is quite a strange combination of hop-ups. So underneath, bit scratched, nothing's broken. A-arms are a little bit scratched, and the bash guards. Genuine Tamiya hop-ups, which are always nice to see, not the aftermarket ones. These particular buggies, no adjustment at all. You basically put them together. They're fixed lengths on all the tie arms. So you cut your camber and your toe in, and everything is fixed, which for a beginner maintaining a buggy makes things a lot easier, so you don't end up with uneven tyre wear and it all driving a bit wobbly. Moment of truth, does it work? On the listing he had no idea because he didn't have any batteries to test it. So let's plug a battery in, fully charged battery. Oh, it's missing its battery brace, but I've got loads of them from previous builds. Right, always turn the controller on first. Oh, we have noise. Blimey, that's a fast servo. Servo works. Forward and reverse work. So overall, I'd say you couldn't do better than that. If I was to buy that new, so like I said, 110 for the buggy. The batteries I've already got, but they're about £15–20. If you was to buy the kit, you'd get a brush motor and a speed control. So you'd also need to get yourself a charger. They're going to stand you in £20–30, maybe £25–30 for a controller. And adding up, I think they're about £15 for the centre shaft, about the same £7–8 for the drive cups. Good. I'm going to take this one out, give it a little run around the patio and see how quick that motor is. But overall, if I had the option of buying new or second hand in this instant, I would go the second hand route. Getting the chassis is going to get scratched and the arm is going to get scratched anyway, so I'd say £50, or you're looking probably £150, maybe £160 to get yourself set up in a new kit. So if you're thinking about getting one for a child or your children, and weren't sure whether they were going to actually be into it or not, and you didn't want to spend £160, quite a lot of money, that £50, I don't think you could go wrong with that. As long as the buggy runs properly, we whip it outside, give it a spin around, and we'll have a look how it behaves. So I'll get the battery in and the body back on, and then I'll take it out on the patio and give it a whiz about. Right, out on the patio, let's see how the car performs. Brakes work well. I think at the moment that brushless motor needs a bigger pinion. It looks like it's geared for torque with the Tamiya supply pinion. It does stop really well. Reverse works okay. Let's see if we can do a burnout. Oh, there we go, 4 wheels spinning. So, 50 quid, eBay, plus 7 quid for postage. I don't think you can go wrong with that. All functions properly. If it was me, I'd maybe increase that pinion size, get a bit more speed. But that servo is exceptionally quick. If anything, a bit too quick. But for a first time RC, for a reasonable price, there we have the Tamiya Neo Scorcher. I'm going to do some, probably take this to the beach, do a few speed runs with it, see how fast we can make it go. But really nice little car, 50 quid on eBay. So in this instance, second hand, definitely the way to go. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, it'd be cool for a new channel. Hope to see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.